Coach?
I think, they've gotten better and better and better, and Cleveland Melvin's a handful. They're going to press some sort of pressure for 40 minutes. So, ball security is of the essence.
You guys said that you were atypically quiet in practice yesterday, that you were a little bit less prone to, I don't know, yelling or whatever in practice. What do you attribute that to? Did you feel a desire to sort of change your approach in practice, or was it just sort of the circumstance?
I'm quiet a lot. It's when they're not doing what they're supposed to. It's when I'm not very quiet.
They found it odd, though. I mean, Truck called it odd.
I found it odd because they knew they didn't play as hard as they should have played before.
These two seniors, can you talk about what they've meant to the program and to you?
Well, KJ's been phenomenal. We just dominated him for a sportsmanship award. When you look at what he's done in the community, you look at what he's done in the school. He represented the school's idea on how alcohol, tobacco, and those things should be handled. He has done everything and more than anybody's ever asked him to do. And, he's had a great senior year. We need to get him to finish strong here, but if he's not the player of the year in the league, there needs to be an investigation. And Truck's had a good year. Without his understanding of, you go back to the Kansas State game when they crawled up in us and our freshmen struggled. We gave him the ball, and he kind of got us into offense, got us settled down. He's made shots for us. He's had some big games, he's had some not so big games, but at the same time, I think he put a lot on his shoulders.
You've gotten emotional at senior nights at times before, I think, in terms of knowing that it's your last game with a player here. I'm guessing you'll kind of get that way with KJ a little bit for what he's meant to you.
I've always tried not to, but I'm not very good at it. You spend as much time together as what we spend together. It's time on the road. They become very much a part of your family.
What do you remember about your senior day here as a player?
I don't. I must have won. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't remember. I really don't remember anything about
it. Is there anything you need to say to the players about, this being their last game? I know it happened a few years ago with Alex Roth. It was kind of a freak thing, but is that any reason to say anything to him or just like a play?
Alex just got in foul trouble. If it wasn't for the foul trouble, he'd have been fine. I think he didn't hardly get play. I don't want KJ to get foul trouble. That's what that doesn't bode very well for our chances.
How's this team been heading into the last 2 games? Has there been any change with them in practice or anything like that?
Pretty much the same. They know where they are. They've heard enough about it. They know what we got to do.
Bob, you've mentioned the late nights, early mornings Kevin's spending here, and I remember Deshaun telling a story about on his recruiting trip where he borrowed Deshaun's shoes and shorts and just spent his whole visit on the floor practicing with his brother. Do you remember on the recruiting show, when did you realize that work ethic, that drive, that commitment that Kevin has displayed the last 4 years?
Well, I kind of had an advantage because of Lowe's, When I talked to Lowe's about KJ, he said he's an absolutely great guy. Of course, I saw him play the whole summer in the AAU circuit, but you don't really know what kind of people are made of. But somebody like Lowe's runs the Boys and Girls Club in Mount Vernon, so he knows all those kids in Mount Vernon very well. And he had nothing but just great things to say about KJ. So we recruited him more because of what I thought he could be rather than what he was.
Normally, a coach wouldn't want to offend a member hanging around like his brother, was doing. Yet that seemed to work out.
Gerard's great. Gerard wants what's best for KJ, and Gerard's realistic. I mean, you got a lot of people that are just totally unrealistic about where they are and what they got to do, and Gerard's never been that way. Gerard's he's been really good. I mean, I think he's obviously they're exceptionally close, but he's been great. I mean, I talk to Gerard a lot, but very, very, very rarely ever about basketball.
Really? KJ said that there are times when you've gotten on him about, for whatever reason, and he's kind of gone for some support from his brother, and he says he's on worse than you are.
I mean, that's what Gerard's very realistic, and guys don't play well, they want to go find somebody that says they were all right, and Gerard's not that way. I mean, Gerard's very truthful with it, which is, what I've always tried to be with my guys. So.
What do you think separates him from other guys? I mean, he's
Bobby's such a good kid. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but you can't imagine what a good guy he is. You can't imagine the time that he puts in, how much he really cares. A lot of guys give you a bunch of BS, that they really care. And your actions, and they told me a long time ago, your actions speak louder than your words. And he doesn't talk a lot, but his actions are the way it's supposed to be. And he's a little bit like, with Alexander and To a Degree Day, you kind of wonder maybe sometimes that they shouldn't take a day off. And he's the same way. He's always in the gym. He's always in the gym. He's always wants to get better. It sincerely bothers him when he doesn't play well. Some of these guys will talk to you guys and tell you how terrible they feel, and then they're downtown for the rest of the night having a big time. He's not like that.
It's hard to get in trouble in the gym.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We've had quite a few guys that if they'd spend more time in the gym, a little less time somewhere else, they'd been a whole lot better off in a lot of ways.
You said KJ doesn't get Player of the Year. Whatever ought to be an investigation.
How can he not? I mean, there's been 3 guys and 2 guys, and he'll be the 3rd to lead the league in scoring and rebounding. I mean, and he's taken a team of 8 new guys and just put them on his shoulders and carried them. I mean, we wouldn't win a game without him. I mean, people sometimes get, what about whoever, from whatever school that maybe they won a few more than they were supposed to or whatever. You can look at all those supporting casts, and they're all better than what ours are. They're all more experienced, and what he's done to get us to where we are. Somebody asked me what would happen if he would have went in the draft. Probably had a bad back. I mean, we didn't have a chance. He's carried us.
Coach, this is a little off topic, but if you have an idea yet of what you guys want to move into the new practice facility?
When the season's over. I don't have time to go up there and pack everything and get it carted across there and put it away. When we're done. But we're practicing in there. We'll move in full time not till the season's over.
You'd said you wanted 10 Big East wins. Obviously, that's not possible in the regular season now. At 9-9, would you feel like you'd have to do a good bit in New York to get there?
No, absolutely not.
You feel like 9-9 and you're good?
I think we are.
Yeah.